Hey guys, what's going on? Me, Son here, and today I'm going to be talking about how to deal with condescending people. One of the reasons why I want to talk about this is because I feel that there's not a lot of information about this really any. Well, I mean there is, but there's just not a lot. I feel of quality information about this. Yeah, and I feel like this is something where people have to just deal with all the time, and it's kind of hard. But once you're able to really understand what it's all about, you're able to kind of work on it. So, what does it mean when someone is condescending? So, think of it this way: it's like saying you ever want to remember is when you're like a kid and some adult tells you, or even your parent tells you, you're only a 6-year-old. That's being condescending. The Latin prefix means with, and the Latin word for descend means down. So the word condescending probably developed to describe someone who looked down on others. Condescending behavior is not surprising; it's self-looked down upon. And yeah, I don't think there's anyone in the world who doesn't like. I mean, who does like condescending? I think most people detest it because it sucks and it doesn't really feel good when other people do it. So why do people do this? Now, condescending is really just a manifestation of envy. And the thing is the biggest thing about condescending behavior that people don't realize, and what I didn't realize for a while, was that it's really just about more of the other person. It's not really about you. It's not really saying anything about your character. It's about how they feel about themselves. And it's just kind of being projected out into the ether, basically. And you're basically the word I'm looking for. You're the punching bag in this moment for that person. So someone who's super condescending. I'll just give a real life example. So I was in acting class, and I was with this acting teacher who I thought she was a talented actress. Really smart too. An interesting person. She actually was usually I thought pretty nice. It was always interesting to see how she talked to her students and myself. I just felt she was pretty condescending and patronizing. And here's another thing: I don't. Most people who are condescending don't do this usually consciously. What it usually is an unconscious belief. Like I said, they're not really enough. It's envy. It's an unconscious belief that they're not really enough. They have like an inferiority complex for whatever reason. They feel that subconscious deal of like how to put other people down to really raise themselves up. That's what anyone who's really being condescending is really just trying to raise themselves up, raise their status up, and they're just in pain. So, I remember there were two instances. One that was the fourth week of the class, and she made me do this scene I really didn't want to do. To be quite honest, I never really spoke up about it, and I was kind of doing it, and like nothing really good was coming. I mean, nothing amazing was coming out. There were good moments in there, but nothing I really was interested in pursuing was happening, and she just like she looked. I remember we were having a talk back. She looked at me with these evil eyes. It was just kind of disturbing, actually. Now that I think about how she looked at me, and she just kind of went off a little bit. And I think I actually handled this pretty well. I kind of didn't really show that much emotion about it towards the end. Once I showed a little bit of emotion about it, she did kind of back off. She was what I realized what she was trying to do is really she was trying to draw me in, so to speak. And she was really being condescending when she was talking to me. She was saying stuff like, like this is like, I mean, like I'm talking about like this. I mean, have you ever heard of and like have you ever heard of this or something like that? And like trying to fuck it just was it pisses me off even really talking about it. I was really pissed off that night, and it's funny. There was a break, and a couple weeks later, I was back in class, and she tried to be condescending again. I really loved the way I responded. She was trying to be super condescending, and I just said right. I think that's one of the best ways, and I'll get to this more a little bit later. That's one of the best ways to deal with a condescending person is just show indifference. Really don't show that they're really getting to you. Show them like like I don't really care what you think, because it doesn't really matter. It's really not what it really doesn't have a lot to do with you. It's really more about what the other person is going through. And this is in general with human interactions is that most people just project. It's really hard to really see a person for who they are without your projections or see something for what it is. I'll make something about this about criticism and trolls and being untenable. Criticism being untenable. So you can take something, a movie, and I could like it and you could not. But that changes nothing about the project. The movie is what it is. It changes absolutely nothing about it, and it's only true if you agree with it. So the last thing about this teacher was that it was week 3 in a class, and we were doing this another scene, and she wanted me to do this exercise. I just wasn't really into. I'm not really into acting exercises that much. I just completely resisted doing it, and then so we finished the scene. The scene went pretty damn well, and it was a really great scene, really emotional stuff. And she started just going off on not. It was a little different. It wasn't. It was more toxic. It was. I mean, condescending is toxic, but this was not. She wasn't really talking to me in a super condescending way. She actually probably more real with me than the other time. She was more just being toxic, honestly. And she was just, and then she's asking me, why you gotta trust me and stuff like that. I said, why didn't you do it? And I said, well, I thought it was irrelevant, and I was just very straight up honest with her. And I think I made the right move with being honest with her, but she did not like that. She just went completely off on me. I mean, and it's my fault for not being guarded up at that time. I didn't expect her to just go off on me, and I remember just being like, damn. And she said, "You understand?" I was like, "Yeah." I was just wow. And she tried to say, "I don't think you do." And that's where the little condescending nature came in. And then when she could see that but I'll give her credit. When she saw that, it kind of pissed me off and hurt my feelings a little bit. She kind of was like, "Oh shit." You can see it in her face and her voice. She tried to like be nice about it the rest of the class, but I wasn't fucking with it. So, what was her main thing? She just she was interesting because she kind of talked about love and stuff like that. She had this whole thing where we had to say what we really wanted, and she said she wanted love, but she wasn't really a loving person. I think that was her whole deal. I think I don't know. I'm just kind of maybe projecting myself, but I think deep down she felt unlovable. So she really couldn't feel that kind of love, but she wanted love, and it was just kind of funny to me how she was going on about it and try to really put that into scenes and stuff like that. Like it's not like she felt any love. Like it's not like she was really giving that love. You can tell she was really giving more, like, at least to me. Judging the way she was. I mean, she wasn't always like that. There were some times she was pretty nice. She could be nice when she wanted to be, but like it was a mask, I guess. Well, she was always kind of patronizing everybody on a certain level, especially if she wasn't really happy with what she was doing. And I mean, at some level, that didn't always hurt because like it made you kind of go within and you could learn lessons. That's I think the biggest thing about insane people. There's a couple ways to do it. There's people who are condescending and just arrogant, and there's people who are condescending, but there's something you can take out of that. Like, what's the lesson to be learned here? How can you integrate this with your life? And what you can do. And like with her, she taught me to have boundaries, to be quite honest. She taught me how to be able to, set up my own boundaries. And that's what you should really, how to handle condescending people is you gotta have your boundaries set up. Really make sure that it's clear what you accept and what you don't accept. You have to realize it's not about you, that it's really about them and their own inferiority complex. You have to make sure to separate yourself from them, and really just have a stronger sense of self. That's what it really boils down to, is that you have to have a strong sense of self. And once you're able to do that, no one can really like put you down. Just think of it as another crab in the bucket. And remember, there's nothing that anyone can do or say, and no person in general can really give you anything of actual value. That is really powerful. No one can give you anything of actual value in life in general. You just have to remember that with these people. And you can show them love too. That's what I did with this teacher. I did end up emailing her. I decided to be the bigger person, just apologize and whatnot. It was really nice to her and showed her some love. She really appreciated it. She said that made her, it was during Thanksgiving break, she said that made her Thanksgiving, that email. And I just felt, because I think I could see even back then that she was in pain for some. I don't know her daily life. I don't know what had happened. So yeah, that's kind of what it is. So thank you for listening to this video. Please, if you like this, please just help like, comment, subscribe, read my web novel, visit my Patreon page, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.